Say hey, Yellow Jacket football fans. Welcome to the Coach Hal Lamb Show. And don't adjust your sets because this is not Dave Stokes. I'm filling in for Dave. He is in Orlando this weekend doing some family duties. Miss Bernita has him on assignment. So I'm here with Coach Lamb. And, Coach, congratulations on a 14-6 win over Cedar Grove.
Yeah, it was a good win, obviously, Coach. It was, our kids went down there and took care of business. And, there wasn't a whole lot of people that thought we could win the football game, but our kids believed and our fans believed and our coaching staff believed that we could win the football game. And our motto all week was find a way. It didn't matter what the stats were like. It didn't matter anything, but we just found a way to win the football game. And I really thought we could have scored some more points in the first half and could have beat them a little bit worse. But the bottom line is we went into Cedar Grove and beat the defending champions.
That's a big deal. Had the opportunities to do more. And some folks asked me during the week, that they're always looking for a take on the game, and I said the same thing you did. We've got a football team that believes they're going to win, and that no matter what the stats say or the numbers say, this group's got a chance to win, and that was definitely the case Friday night.
Well, I thought they showed a lot of heart and a lot of character last night because we were going up against a team that they were a lot bigger than us, and they got 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars. It doesn't matter to our kids. Our kids just go play the game, and they're going to be physical, and they're going to execute the best of their ability. And last night it was good enough.
Well, Coach Habazel's defense, the defensive unit played great, and back to something you said. I know we were sitting around talking about all their 4 stars and 5 stars the other day, and Coach Hobb kind of sat back in his chair and he leaned back and he said, "Well, let's just have them home so they can make their decision early."
Yeah.
And so that's definitely his personality, and the defense takes on that personality. And they gave up less than 200 yards of offense to a very, very good Cedar Grove team.
Yeah, I think the only score they had, we had a big turnover in red zone or orange zone, whatever you want to call it, and then they had a big goal line stand there to stop them in another situation. But our defense was lights out all night long.
Well, a big goal line stand, and we'll see later, we actually had a goal line stand on the touchdown, created a turnover, and just, in a game where you hope the ball bounces your way, you hope you get a few calls, there were a lot of situations where the ball bounced their way, and we still came on top.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see that on tape because certainly I couldn't see from our sideline. And then the fumble that they had on our sideline that the kids scooped and went about 25 yards. We got a couple of bad breaks there, but the bottom line is we found a way to win a football game in the second half. Well,
speaking of that football game, we're going to take a timeout here, so let you guys grab a Daddy-O's donut. We're going to come back with the first half action. You're watching the Hal Lamb Show. Welcome back to the Hal Lamb Show, and Coach, last night was a beautiful night for football. Some of the fans may not be able to tell. Our huge crowd that was there could tell. It wasn't necessarily a dry night and the best night for football as far as the turf wind or the conditions. It was a little different.
Yeah, the dew got on us in a hurry, and the field was wet, and the fog rolled in, but. I tell you, I can't say enough about our crowd. I know it was a very difficult ride because of the traffic, but it was a great night, and I thank you so much for the Calhoun Nation for showing up.
Our crowd was great for sure, and I looked up at our captains here tonight.
You got C.J. Fuller, Owen Williams, Bailey Lester, and Porter Law.
Great captains, and Cedar Grove won the toss and deferred. Calhoun gets ready. The cheerleaders had a great banner kind of chronicling our season so far, and the crowd support was amazing. The cheerleaders are great. The band was fabulous, and at one point right here early in the game, I looked down and the stands were just full of Yellow Jackets.
Well, there was a big crowd there. That side of the stadium seats like 8,500 people, and I tell you, it was a large crowd.
And loud too.
Yes.
Cedar Grove will kick off to the Yellow Jackets here, and Braylon Barton will take the initial kickoff and get a good return up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take it on the 30 every time, and it's a good field position for us there.
Good place to start is Colin Baggett shoving people around a little bit on the kickoff. Jackets will start in trips left with Gavin Gray in the shotgun and Zach Fuller making his return from last week's game.
Yeah, we run a zone in here for about, that was a good sign on the very first play of the game. We had about 6 or 7 yards on the very first play on a running play, so that was a good sign for our offense.
This is a good sign. Now, Cedar Grove only doesn't give up many points during the year, so swing pass out to the sideline, and I know you guys, Coach Stevenson's pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it was a good job on the check down by Gavin and a great job by Nate getting the first down.
Being physical. And I know our team went into the game wanting to be very physical against a Cedar Grove team who felt like they could probably push us around.
Yeah, size-wise, they definitely had an advantage on us, but you know, I felt like our kids really executed the game plan. And
ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Gavin had an open receiver or two on that one, and the Cedar Grove defensive line did a good job getting hands up there.
Yeah, I think Gavin wished he had that throwback because we had an open receiver on the sideline.
For sure. And there's that wet ball night. You see it kind of squirting around. Gavin does settle in a little later, but right now that ball's a little bit wet, and we're forced to punt here.
Well, we feel like this is going to be a defensive battle, so it's important to win the, field position game, and I think we did a pretty good job of that all night long, although this right here. But the problem is you got number 2 back there returning punts, and we did not want him to even touch a punt to even get close to the ball. So I thought Aaron did a really good job punting the football.
Yeah, for sure. Down by Bailey Lester, and anytime their punt returner doesn't touch it, it's a win for us. Speaking of number 2, there he is out on the sideline, and Braylon Barton getting an ankle tackle, and Peyton Morrow finishing it off on their sideline.
Well, he's the best receiver in the state of Georgia, in my opinion. I'll take Brandon over him for sure. But,
yeah.
But
according to all the pundits, he's the best receiver. But
that's his first, and he only had 2 catches for 12 yards, from what I understand.
Well, that's a great job by the defense. Then there's Brandon Spector cleaning up from the free safety. Davis Allen getting a piece of that, and the defense is really flying around right here at the beginning of the game.
That's a good tackle by Brandon. Brandon reads his keys very well and makes a lot of tackles in the box.
Going to be second down for the Saints. And they're going to run a little delay draw here, and there's nothing there. Bryce Craig and Davis Allen on the tackle.
I tell you, Bryce Craig's come a long way as a defensive lineman. He's really had a phenomenal year for us.
He sure has made some impact plays and made a lot of impact plays Friday night. There's C.J. Fuller holding it, and they're going to take a timeout early.
Well, I thought we had a really good plan defensively. We wound up double teaming number 2 most of the night, and that takes a body out of the running box, which, our front 6 had to play extremely well for that to happen, and they did a great job. That
is tough. Braylon Barton on coverage there, and good pressure on their rollout pass to force them to throw it out of bounds, so we're going to force them to punt now.
That was a big stop by our defense, forcing them to punt, and Braylon makes a very good fair catch signal at the 10. Even though 10-yard line, that ball could have bounced easily inside the 5.
Absolutely. Great catch there. And as long as it still says zeros on the scoreboard for them, we're in a good place.
So we thought running the football was going to be a tough go all night long. So anytime you get 4 and 5 yards on first down is a bonus. So we got 5 there on first down.
Definitely puts you ahead of the chains, as they say on Saturday and Sunday. The experts that sound like they know what they're talking about.
We run it again and get about 3, so it's about 3rd and about 3 or 2.
Very makeable 3rd down. Throw the swing pass out to that Drew Rutledge, fighting for the first down.
Good
first
job
down
by
Jackets.
Gavin getting the ball to Drew for first down.
Moving the chains against this defense can sometimes be difficult. And right here you see that's a really good first down play. Again, like you said, get 3-4 yards on first down, more manageable second down.
So second, about 6 maybe.
2nd and 6, Jackets have trips left. Porterlaw just missed a little bit wide to the right, and there's number 2 hoping he can get a pick. And he comes up later with some plays, and you can see why he's such a dynamic playmaker.
He is. He's a very good player. I mean, he's 6'3", 195 pounds, and can run.
Throw the little delay. There's Porterlaw on the delay and fighting for yards. That's going to be a big first down, covering the football. Jackets move the chains again.
I think our 3rd down conversions last night were probably the best it's been all year.
Well,
we were very good on 3rd down.
The best and definitely the biggest. First down Jackets here. Twins to both sides. Throw it out to Luke Mosley, and he gets a solid gain on first down. Could have gotten maybe a little bit more,
Yeah, he just needs to go inside and get what he can get right there. It wasn't bad blocking by Nate.
Yeah. Again, you see how physical those guys at Cedar Grove are on defense right there. Second down, and again, manageable. We've gotten yards on first down. Gavin Gray rolls to his right, and there is a pass he wishes he had back.
Yeah, Gavin's trying to get in the flow of the offense right now, and like I said, you can't tell it on this TV, but the dew is really bad down there on the field. Good job throwing it away right here because they didn't have much. So we'll punt the football because we have a lot of confidence in our defense.
Well, move the ball out to the 45-yard line. Now that we're able to play the field position game a little bit and help our defense out, create that long field. Zane McCracken snapping. Great snap. Aaron Hayes with the punt. And again, great coverage. There's Zane McCracken right on top of the returner, and they're forced a fair catch.
We flipped the field here, which is I thought field position was going to play a major role in the game, and I think it did.
Well, anytime you've got like a number 1 and a number 4 matchup like this, two good football teams, that field position battle is really vital.
Good job by Bailey Lester, and good job by Tripp Hollinsdale turning it all inside to our pursuit.
Good first down for Cedar Grove. Again, we're making them just line up and run plays. No big plays. They're not letting their explosive offense get out. Speaking of explosive, there's number 2 making a move, but Davis Allen cleaning it up.
Yeah, they ran the bubble to number 2, and you know, it was a great pursuit by our defense.
Now, did you say he had 2 catches all night?
2 for 12.
So we've seen both of them.
Yep, that's all you're going to see.
Again, a great job by our defense, and you'll see a little bit more of that double coverage you were talking about. And there goes Peyton Morrow to do just that. High snap, the quarterback brings it down, and there's nothing there.
That was a third down play, forcing them to punt the football.
Yep. Defensive line of Zeke Nance, Bryce Craig, and C.J. Fuller really getting it done, creating penetration.
Here's the first big play of the game.
And a nice play by Colin Baggett. If Colin didn't get it, somebody else was going to, that's for sure.
Yep, we wanted to scoop and score that thing, but couldn't get a hold to it.
Well, you can tell how excited the Jackets are. They're, as Dave would say, they're buzzing around the football right now.
Great field position here on the block punt, and we just got to set our feet. We got a touchdown.
Just missing Zach Fuller in the left flat there. A really well-designed play, and it looks like what you wanted.
So we'll run a buck sweep here and get about 5. Good job blocking on the sweep.
Good place to be. Puts a little pressure on the defense. They don't know if you're going to run it or pass it now on 3rd and 5. Zach in motion to the right. Gavin's going to sprint out right.
Big execution play right here. 3rd down. And
a great job by the offensive lineman
Yep.
to clean up that safety, number 2 in the end zone. And Davis Allen, another touchdown for the Jackets.
Yeah, I thought getting on the board first was very, very crucial for us because I really don't think Cedar Grove's been behind all year long that I know of.
Not that I can remember.
May have early in the year, but I don't recall them being behind.
Well, in a big game like this, knowing how well, like you said, the defense is going to play, and so far how well the defense is playing, a 7-0 lead really allows our defense to fly around a little bit.
Yes, it does.
1:53 on the clock left in the first quarter. Jackets score first, 7-0, and now the Jackets will kick off. And a great job on our kickoff team right here. A really nice kick.
Great kick by Eduardo, just perfect down here to the left numbers, about the 5-yard line. And
great pursuit. There's, speaking of special teams, Colin Baggett and Bailey Lester cleaning up.
And Tyler Putnam, Eric McKnight was in, forcing him to go outside. Good job by our kickoff team.
First down run, a good tackle there by Zeke Nance. They're trying to get that little zone draw out and get it out for about 2 or 3 yards. So again, a long yardage situation for Cedar Grove on 2nd down. Back in motion. Cedar Grove's going to try to throw it. And there's Braylon Barton, the man on the spot, did a great job of just being in the right place.
Yep. That's 1 of 3. He had a great night on the defensive end. He really did.
Yellow Jackets are in business from their 36-yard line. Motion to the right. Sprint out right. And just a little bit.
A little bit high.
Little bit. Again, those wet conditions are still kind of, they're messing with the quarterback's ability to throw the ball just because the ball's a little bit wet. Run the draw to Zach Fuller here.
Oh, we had a good play. If we'd have blocked it, we got confused on a blocking assignment there. But It's 3rd and long. We needed to do something with this ball after the turnover. So it's 3rd and about 10, 11 maybe.
3rd and 10, 11. As you, not necessarily where you want to be, but Coach Davis will bring something from the playbook for 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. You don't want to dip in that 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 too often.
No, you got to, you still got field position here, so you don't want to force the ball. And we got a big call here. They were holding Luke on the post route, so it's a 1st down.
Big call, a lot of traffic there, and Cedar Grove right now. Again, the pressure's on their defense. We're up 7-0. They really have to feel like they've got to make a play here.
Throw the screen out here for, again, that's all we're looking for on a screen, about 4 or 5 yards. If we get more, it's a bonus.
And Braylon kind of got tackled by his helmet there. We mentioned that a lot to the officials as the game went on about helmet contact and hands to the face. And there's just a good play by their defensive line.
They stunted into it and got some penetration, wasn't good. So it's 3rd and about 7, 8.
Little play action pass. Gavin rolls to the right, and he's got Davis Allen on the crosser.
Nice job getting the 1st down on the 8-yard line.
And great catch and a good tough run. 1st down Jackets inside the red zone. Run the buck sweep again, and they just make a good play.
Yeah.
Penetration by the defense, and you can see from time to time as the night went on, you could see their defensive line, how physical they are and how they disrupt the run.
They played the screen pretty good, so it's 3rd and goal from about 13. We thought it was critical to score when getting the 3rd in the red zone.
Oh.
Just a bad decision by Gavin here, and he wished he had that throw back for sure.
Wish he had it back. As you go back and look at the tape, you probably feel like you had something.
Yep. Well, we put ourselves in a bad situation on 3rd and 13 from 3rd and goal from the 13, and you don't want that situation very much.
After the turnover, Cedar Grove comes and gets not only do they get the ball outside, but they get a face mask penalty here. A little help from the sideline on that call. Face mask on the defense, so now move the ball out even farther. They've got a little momentum, not only in a big stop, but now get a penalty and move it out to the 43-yard line. And our defense has got to stand up and make a play here for sure.
Yeah, those kind of calls will kill you in games like this, but it was an incidental face mask and just effort play by Logan.
Nice job there getting a hand up. That might have been Bryce Craig. It got out of the screen real fast. Looks like it would have been Bryce.
Yep, Bryce was 6'4", it's kind of hard to throw over him.
Definitely with those hands up. 2nd long for the Saints. Run a little quarterback counter. Oh, Davis Allen nearly had it. Gets run out of bounds by Colin Baggett. But they had a procedure call.
Yeah, they had a lineman in the backfield. He was too far back in the backfield. Good call by the officials.
And calls like that, little calls, big plays, he had a big running play, got out, and a procedure call, just somebody getting lined up wrong, really is crucial in a game like this.
They throw the screen out here, and we just got to make a tackle right there. It wasn't bad coverage at all. We just, got to lock up and make a tackle.
Squirts free, and now it's still 3rd and long. 3rd and about 9 here for the Jackets, and good job of pursuit there by the defense. Force them to 3rd and long. We still have what we want, even though we gave up a few yards. And this is where I think we get that funky play you were talking about on the sidelines.
Yeah, we got an unfortunate break here if this is his play. Yep, this is it, I believe.
This is it. Quarterback scrambles. No, that's it. Davis Allen with a nice tackle here. Great job on our defense, and they get a holding. I think we're going to decline that, so we're forcing them to punt. So all in all, a turnover in the end zone. Defense stands up, forces them to punt. A great job by our defense to force them to punt and get the ball right back.
Good job by Tyler catching the punt. We thought it was important to catch punts, and we missed one later in the game that hurt us a little bit.
You had two guys back that time.
Yep.
A little different look.
Yep.
1st down run by Zach Fuller, and he is out. Oh, literally a shoestring tackle by their defensive lineman. Good 1st down run, you head of the chains. 2nd and really short here.
Run the same play the other side, and It's a good run by Zach, but if he stays up inside, he might get some more yards. But it is a first down, I believe.
Good first down run by Zach Fuller. I can hear the coaches' wives saying, move those chains right now. Good catch by, I think that's Braylon?
Braylon, yep. About 3 or 4 yards on the stop route.
Again, putting yourself in a second and kind of medium, second and manageable situation. Play action, Gavin, and this is a really great catch by Luke.
Yeah, good throw by Gavin right there in the hole, and great catch by Luke.
Ball's still sailing on him a little bit, but Luke, with his big frame and good leaping ability, is still able to go up and make that play. First down, Jackets. Play action, and oh, this is another one of those I think you would say that Gavin wished he had back.
Yeah, Gavin had Porter over the middle of the field quickly, and he wished he had that back also.
So now 2nd and long. Jacket's going to freeze the line of scrimmage. Double twins formation. And again, a play like that, it's either a big play, and sometimes you'll see Gavin throw that ball away, but a little penetration there probably forced him to just pull it down and eat it. 2nd down after a timeout.
This is a big play, too.
Oh,
and,
boy. Woo.
I think we get the first down right there if Drew catches the football.
Probably so. A little shallow cross route. Had a shot at it. 3rd and long again.
You don't want to be in 3rd and long against them, that's for sure.
Yeah, incomplete pass. Looks, the receiver route's got a little.
Yeah, we were in the wrong spot.
Well, we're playing that field position game.
Yep.
On the plus 46, and Aaron Hayes is going to drop this punt in. Really nice punt by Aaron. Their return is going to come up, fair catch it. It's going to hit outside the 10, and we just end up carrying the ball in the end zone. Had a shot at really playing that field position game, couldn't get it down.
I really don't think the ball's going to roll in the end zone if we don't touch it, and it would have been close, but we just got to do a better job of downing that ball there.
Got to work on that next week maybe. Quarterback draw. And later in the game, these hits the quarterback takes right now are really going to end up accumulating over time.
Yeah, they're searching offensively. We are playing very good defense, and they're searching, trying to figure out what they can do. Because normally, you know, they're running the ball at will and throwing it at will, and
oh, and here it is. There's
ball's
that.
Loose.
What a great hit on the sideline. John Kell Talbert really saving a touchdown there.
Yep.
John Kell with the backside corner. That's a real hustle play on his part.
Yeah, that ball was really, really close to being out of bounds, and but you know we tried to sell it being out of bounds, but referee made a good call.
Made a good call. Well, you know, again, it's one of those, the bounce kind of goes your way sometimes. And there's C.J. Fuller getting a piece, and the quarterback's going to squirt out here and have a nice long run. Peyton Morrow with a big tackle there to save a touchdown.
Good job by Peyton. We just didn't, we got to wrap up.
Well, he got off a block from the receiver you're talking about, and he's definitely outmanned there, but a great hustle and effort play on his part.
Holding Davis Allen there.
Bryce Craig finishing off that tackle. Well, with linemen and their size, sometimes, you know, they can get away with holding just because they're so big.
Yep.
So 2nd down for the Saints. They're inside the 20 now, and they have definitely flipped the field in a couple of plays, getting a few breaks, getting a little momentum on their side, and our defense really feels like, hey, we got to make a stand here.
Yeah, we call a timeout here to gather our troops, and I think it's 2nd down?
2nd down. 2nd and about 2 or 3. They run the little delay draw, and that's going to pick them up a first down, taking some hits there. This is their backup running back. Their first string back is out right now. I think he was cramping or taking a few licks.
They play both those kids a lot, though. They play 27 and 22 a good bit. So it's first down stop there.
There's Bailey Lester and Davis Allen finishing off that run. So 2nd down for the Saints inside the 20. Big series for our defense right here.
Yes, very big.
A big difference between 7-0 and 7-7. Quarterback's going to sprint out here, and a really, just so close to being able to make that tackle. Now they're inside the 10.
Still 3rd down, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
They're going to bring some of their heavy people in right here and run the ball nowhere. Great play by Eric McKnight. A lot of defense, a lot of Yellow Jackets in the backfield there.
I think this is a 4th down play, 4th and maybe 6 or 7.
Timeout. Make sure everything is in place for the Yellow Jackets here. They're going to throw it. Now, what a nice play this was by Braylon.
Yep.
The ball's on the ground there, and the official calls touchdown. It looked like he couldn't see the ball. He was probably just looking at feet. The official, Davis Allen there, kind of lobbying his case, and the officials do get together and make the right call.
Yeah, it was definitely an incomplete pass, and, good for us that the referees talked about it, and you could obviously see it was an incomplete pass.
We're inside 2 minutes here, inside 1 minute, I believe, and Zach Fuller with a big run on first down. Really, does it make you think, hey,
Well,
we can
a
do
little
something with
bit, but we're basically trying to run the clock out and go to halftime up 7-0.
Go up 7-0, maybe see if you get another big run here. Not that time. Cedar Grove brought the safety down in the box to stop that. So at this point, at 7-0, good place for the Jackets to be going to halftime.
Yeah, it was a good half of football for us, A goose egg on the board for them. Obviously, we felt like we could have had some more points, but we don't. So it's a 7-0 lead for us at halftime.
So the halftime adjustments consist of?
Yeah, the great thing about halftime adjustments is you can watch the game at halftime. That's unbelievable. Somebody asked me, did you think you could ever watch a TV at halftime? And I said, no.
Well, speaking of TV, let's shout out to our Calhoun TD Club.
Oh, yes.
So we're driving down, we get out, we unpack the stuff, and the television we normally have on the sideline, it's got a giant crack, and it's done. So Coach Stevenson gets on the phone, and he calls Grant Walraven and Terry Brumlow and says, hey, can you guys take care of this?
Yep.
And
it was awesome. Grant picks up a TV for us on the way in. So kudos to Grant and the Touchdown Club.
Great job, TD Club. Hey, as Dave would say, don't touch that dial. Don't go anywhere. You just sit back in that Barca Lounger, grab you a Daddy-O's donut, because we're going to watch the Calhoun Yellow Jackets, the pride of Georgia's Northland, 290 strong, and they were loud and proud Friday night. Led on the field by Sarah Green under the direction of Larry Brown. Our marching Yellow Jackets have a halftime show. You're watching the Coach Hal Lamb Show.
Now presenting for your halftime entertainment, the 2017 Calhoun Marching Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets are under the field direction of drum major Sarah Green. Tonight the band will be playing Eleanor Rigby, Seven Nation Army, Cookie Diddles, Burlesque, and Percy Sledges When a Man Loves a Woman. The band is directed by Larry Brown and Sarah Knapp. Additional staff members are Tracy Faraba, Majorette Coach, Madison Baker, Assistant Majorette Coach, Robert Melville, Percussion Instructor, and Meredith Holden, Color Guard Instructor. Now presenting the pride of Georgia's Northland, the Calhoun High School Marching Yellow Jackets. Drum major Sarah Green, is the band ready? You may take the field. score plan. The Calhoun Marching Yellow Jackets.
Welcome back, Yellow Jacket fans, and what a great halftime show by our band. 290 strong made the trip, and they were just fantastic.
Well, you know, because of where Panthersville Stadium was, I knew the traffic was going to be a nightmare for our fans and our band. I think they were not late, but they were coming to the game right when we were running through the sign, and it was. I'm sure traffic got them just like it got everybody else.
Got everybody else.
But,
I did notice the band over there playing the fight song behind our bench.
Yeah, that was awesome. And but kudos to our fans, our band, for coming to the game in tough conditions. You know, it was a one-sided stadium and having to deal with the traffic, but we had a lot of people there.
No, we did. I know Dr. Coombe got there about 5 o'clock, and they roped off the stands, and we split them right down the middle. Speaking of split them right down the middle, here's a kickoff for the second half. And Eduardo maybe wanted to get a little bit more of that, but it sure did work out well.
Yeah, it did.
For the Yellow Jackets.
If Eric could have made that tackle back there on the 5, but that's great. Great coverage by our kickoff team.
Bailey Lester, with a big shoestring tackle there.
12-yard line, that's great.
Those kickoffs can be either great
for us.
or really weird.
Yes.
The ball bounces around and the guy squirts out of there. So here's their second half plan. Come out and run the screen. And that's a good, tough run by 11 with a lot of Yellow Jackets around him.
Yeah, we could have had him for probably a 2 or 3 yard gain. He ends up with 4 or 5. But that's going to be their plan. You know, we're doubling number 2 on the backside, and you know they're going to bubble screen to the opposite side, which is fine with us. We'll take it. And then they try to motion to and get him the ball, and we
got to bounce around in there a little bit, didn't he, by Bailey and Davis. I wouldn't want to get bounced around by Bailey and Davis in there. That doesn't sound like a fun route. Well, they get the first down. First down with a combination of the screen and the quarterback pulling the ball down. So Cedar Grove is on the move at the 26-yard line. Again, the screen, and our guys play it pretty well this time.
Not bad. Not bad. We got to get there a little quicker.
I think about this time, Coach Davis on the headset saying, we'll see if they'll just be patient and if they'll do this all the way down the field. Well, we'll see by the end of this drive whether they were or not. Twins to both sides. They're going to fake the screen and throw the little zone and hand the zone and tackle by, is that Owen Williams? That Kyle? That's Owen Williams. So you can see their plan. Run the zone, throw the screen, run the zone, throw the screen. So somebody on that defensive line, linebacker course, somebody's just got to make a play here to put them behind the sticks.
This was a big drive by our defense here. We needed to get the ball back, and you know, I felt like if we could go up another score, even a field goal or a touchdown, if we could get a 2-score advantage, you know, it really put them behind the 8 ball.
A lot of pressure. Tackled by Zeke Nance there, and they're playing the freeze game a little bit, the game we like to play. Take a look at our defense, see what we're doing. You can see Peyton Morrow up top, like you said, doubling number 2. Jackets moving around. They're going to hand the ball in the stretch zone, and a good tackle by, there's Mr. Lester and Mr. Allen again, right on top of it. So they're going to put trips to the far side, bring a little motion.
We got the quarterback run here, and great job. This is 3rd down, so it's a great 3rd down stop by our defense, forcing them to punt the football.
That is big. Owen Williams and just hanging on to that jersey, not getting a penalty, not getting a horse collar. It's a big stop there. He and Davis Allen making that play. Force them to punt. And this is one, the ball came out just really flat and funny, and Braylon just gets on it, and we'll take it there at the 8 instead of inside the 8.
Yeah, that was one we'd like to have back too. If we could have caught that ball, we'd have had a ball on the 25 maybe. Yeah, we should have had 2 back, you know, like we had before.
Cedar Grove has faked a punt or 2 during the year.
Yes,
I think that's what our defense was thinking.
Yep.
Especially in that situation, 4th and about medium. So the Jackets are going to come out, move the ball here. Again, like you said, force them to punt. Whether we get the ball on the 8-yard line or the 50-yard line, force them to punt and just get the ball back in our offense's hands.
Well, this is really a tough situation for our offense, being inside the 10 and against that defense, because that defense is really good.
They're definitely flying around right now. Flying around trying to get the ball back to their offense, who's got a little something going. Even though we forced them to punt, they did move the football. Trips to the wide side of the field for the Yellow Jackets on 3rd down here.
This is great execution on the back shoulder fade on 3rd and about 10, and Brandon's close to taking that to the house.
What a great catch on the sideline, though. Great throw by Gavin. Great catch, and move the chains. Now all of a sudden we're out to the 35-yard line.
Run the sweep, got a really, really good play and good running by Zach. Zach getting it up to the 40-yard line.
Again, we're back to that manageable situation, that second and medium situation where you can run or pass.
Great job by Gavin getting rid of the ball, and we got Brandon wide open. He shows a lot of speed right here.
Talk about dropping it in. You couldn't have run out there and handed it to him any better. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. The Specters are on the board. Brandon Spector, Gavin Grada, Brandon Spector. And if I were Dave Stokes, I'd have my stats on the year and be able to tell you how many touchdowns it is for Brandon and how many touchdowns it is for Gavin. So we definitely miss Dave for his stats, but we'll just trudge on here with the extra point. Nice job on the edge by Bailey Lester there.
Yep, good job right there. And we got them like we want them. Is, we got a 2-score game and 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and we got them right where we want them.
Well, again, putting pressure on their offense. Oh, one of those kicks you'd like to have back.
Yeah.
Well,
got it on the 30. Well, they forced us to kick it again.
a little surprised about
Yeah,
that.
I was too. And then we squib it, and we
Had a shot at it
had
here.
a shot at it right here, and they only gained 5 yards on re-kicking, so we were in good shape there.
Definitely better field position than they've had because our kickoff team has been doing a great job, great kicks and great coverage. They're all the way out to their 40. But again, you'll take that because they have been a very dangerous return team all year. How about this play by Braylon Barton?
Excellent coverage, and we'll take the ball right there on the 15-yard line. That's pick number 2.
Wow. All of a sudden, they've got great field position, and on 1st down, the defense gets a huge turnover to turn the ball back over to the offense.
We're really, really close to having a big play there.
So close. You can see their defensive linemen moving a little slower now.
Yep.
The pace of the game is starting to wear on them a little bit, and the Mag Daddies up front just leaning on them, play after play after play. I think Coach Mack's got to be well pleased with the way that the offensive line played last night.
Yep, we got a good play here, and Colin just slips down.
The turf monster.
I think we're going to complete the pass. Now, number 2 will tackle us after we complete it, but that was an unfortunate break.
Well, a big time for our defense to make a stand right here. That sudden change. And again, Cedar Grove's got a little something going. Good tackle by Brandon to force them to line up and run another play. Now they're inside the 15-yard line. A turnover just, it's tough to manage here.
Yep. We felt like we had the momentum, and we just got an unfortunate break there with Colin slipping down on the wet turf.
Inside the 10. And Cedar Grove moving. Their offensive line is starting to lean on our guys a little bit. And they're kind of big up front.
Yeah, they are.
Cedar Grove runs a counter. Oh, and just a tough missed tackle right there. Every yard is going to be crucial in this drive as they push the ball down toward the goal line. They're going to take a timeout, and if I remember correctly, they're going to start sending in some heavy people here and try to inflict their will on us.
The good thing about they wasted a couple of timeouts, which helped us at the end of the game. They only had 1 left late in the game, which helped us run out the clock. But it's 4th down right here. 4th and about.
Just had a shot at Davis. Really wishes he had that. 4th down. They do convert the 1st down, get the ball down to about the 2-yard line. They're going to keep their jumbo set in. Hand the ball to tailback. Good tackle there by Davis. Defense pushing back. Porterlaw on the top. That doesn't look like a big play, but as they get close to the goal line, watch the quarterback sweep. Bam! Davis Allen with a big hit, and talk about a bounce. You want to rewind that again and again. Their offensive lineman is laying on his back, and you can see Porterlaw and Braylon Barton are on top of it. And if their lineman hadn't been laying on his back, they would have never have recovered that ball.
I tell you, this was a big miss too on the extra point. It's 14-6 instead of 14-7, which is big in our eyes because they got to score and go for 2 to tie it.
Well, that definitely changes what they're thinking too as well. Instead of maybe even going for 2 to be on top 15-14, now they've got to go for 2 just to.
I don't know where that came from.
Hey, sometimes you just hit it right. It's like playing golf. Sometimes you just hit a sweet
that's
shot, even on a tough day. Motion by Davis Allen. Hand the ball to Zach Fuller. They're getting a little penetration. They're starting to feel it a little bit on defense as well.
Yep.
Anytime you punch that ball on offense, you've been down 14 points. It definitely gives your defense a little life. Second and long here for the Jackets. Oh, and you got another good play. Porter-Law with a nice catch and a really nice run.
So it makes it 3rd and 1. We're going to let the clock run out, and it's going to be the 4th quarter. It's a 3rd and 1 here and a big first down.
There, the Mac Daddies kind of inflicting their will on the defensive line. Big push up front. Good run by Zach Fuller. In the huddle, I'm sure Coach Stevenson, you were telling, hey, just 1 yard.
Yep. Another good run on the buck sweep here.
You like seeing the offensive line right here at the beginning of the 4th quarter really starting to push people around, starting to create creases, more creases, push their defensive line around. Now they're going to start doing something that they don't normally do.
Yeah, they like, they're stunting a lot now. They're behind in the game, and they're trying to make something happen, and they're stunting those linebackers a lot. Good execution. This is another 3rd down conversion. Good job by Davis and Gavin on the delay, tight end delay.
Patience there by both of them.
Yep, very good.
So first down, Jackets, trips into the boundary, run a little screen here, and oh, I know you feel like you had something there.
Yeah, it was close. They played the screens very well. We thought we could get some screens on them, but their foot speed kind of hurt us a little bit.
Bring in the blitz, and it just sometimes, as you would say, sometimes they get you.
Sometimes you got to eat it. That's what happened with Gavin. It brought too much pressure.
The best thing about that is you do eat it, you do line up and run another play, you run some clock, run the ball here, get a few yards back. Yeah, you're forced to punt, but you're also not coming off a turnover.
So it's 3rd and 15. I told Coach David, let's just run it, and our defense is playing great. Let's punt it to them and play defense.
Aaron Hayes, again, like you said earlier, a big night for him. Kept the ball high in the air so we could down it. Their returner couldn't get his hands on it. And you can tell, too, really is getting frustrated right now, wants to get his hands on the ball.
That wasn't a great punt, but number 2's not touching it, so
effective.
We were happy about that.
Now, the Yellow Jacket defense. Davis Allen and Owen Williams really finished off. And their running back went down with a cramp. You could tell he's about to go down. They had to take an injury timeout here.
So 27's back in the game, I believe, or comes.
He is.
Oh, we got number 4.
Speaking of back in the game, their quarterback's back in the game, and he's going to throw it long. Guess who?
Great coverage by Braylon right there, and another pick. Awesome job. That's number 3 by Braylon, and the only negative is we got it on the 3-yard line, but we'll take it.
Well, he's a little excited about that, and he's not the only one. Take it on the 3-yard line again. This is your opportunity to maybe punch it out of there, but definitely run some clock.
Yes. So we got to make something happen. Good job by Gavin. He keeps that ball for, 7 yards. Good read.
It's a big first down play. Speaking of making something happen, that's Gavin Gray, who doesn't normally pull the ball and run it, making a big play with his legs right there. 2 tight ends in, 2 wide receivers, hand the ball to Zach, a little penetration by the defense.
Yep.
And again, like you said, they're starting to stunt. They're starting to send people.
This was a big kill on, that's a 3rd down play, so we got a first down. We're trying to eat as much clock as we can right now. They only have 1 timeout left, and I don't know how much, maybe 6 minutes to go in the game here, something like that.
One of those drives that really, if you don't get points, you definitely limit their possessions.
Good job by Gavin pulling the ball.
Again, first down run doing those legs. You see the fog start to roll in here. That was what some of our guys said at the end of the game. They're having a hard time seeing signals. The fog doesn't look like much here, but it's getting a little thick on the field. Tight end wing in the game, more of a power look for the Jackets here.
Yeah, I think it's just 3rd down again, if I'm not mistaken.
Another big 3rd down for our offense to convert. Freeze them at the line of scrimmage. Get the play call we like.
I think we're going to run the clock and call
feels
timeout
like a timeout here.
Yep.
So you milk the clock as far as you can, get as many seconds off the board as we can. Again, like you said, they burn some timeouts. It comes up big later.
Another big time play by Colin Baggett on third down. What a great catch,
Wow.
and he dives for the first down marker by a yard.
Great extension by Colin Baggett. First of all, a big catch with
Yes.
someone right on his hip. A great throw by Gavin Gray. Good protection. First down, Jackets. There's that penetration.
Yeah, penetration. We got not good when they're penetrating and we're pulling guards, so we kind of quit pulling guards after that play.
Well, again, they have big defensive linemen. Then you add blitz and linebackers to that scenario. It becomes tough for the Mac Daddies to handle sometimes.
We had a really good play here, I thought, and just Gavin didn't make a great throw there. So it's third and long here.
Trips to the field. Zach Fuller in motion.
What great execution here on the back shoulder throw by Gavin and Brandon. Again, we get first down by 1 yard.
And that's truly fighting for the first down right there by number 3.
And this is demoralizing for Cedar Grove's defense.
Woo!
Almost
That was
fumbled
tough.
that thing. I didn't realize that was going on.
Yeah,
in the game,
well,
so.
good thing Zach Fuller clamped down on that and protected the football. Again, 2 tight ends for the Jackets, playing that heavy formation, getting some Zeke Nance and Davis Allen in with the Mac Daddies. Run the read, and again, Gavin Gray with his legs, keeping the clock running, trying to keep the sticks moving. But the biggest thing right now is we're keeping the clock running.
Another third down conversion here. It's 3 in a row we've made and again we got the first down by a yard.
Great catch, great throw, and a great catch by Davis Allen, knowing number 2. When number 2 is running with your tight end, you know they respect the tight end. There's Zach Fuller with a few tough yards. And this is about the time where you're looking, they're going to call their last time out. But from here on out, they can't stop the clock.
We got it in the bag here.
There you go. So the charts say they can't stop her. We're going to take a couple knees and run out the clock. And that's going to do it. Well, you can tell by that reaction. Ball game. Jackets are victorious, 14-6, and on to Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the first state championship at the new stadium in Atlanta. Congratulations, Coach, on a huge win.
Yeah, it was a great win for our football team. You know, watching the tape there, you know, that last drive and the third down conversions, wow. You know, I can't say enough about the execution we had on both sides of the ball all night long.
Well, you know, you look at a Saturday game or a Sunday game where you sit back and you're, you know, as Dave would say, sitting back in your Barker lounger and you're deciding, should we run the clock? Should we make this decision or that decision? Every third down conversion on that last drive the Jackets made came up with a big catch or a big run, just enough to move the chains. Great effort.
Yeah, it was. It was great execution on those plays, and I can't say enough about our defense. You know, they held them to 6 points, and really lucky to get that 6 points, to be honest with you, because of the turnover we had. And then I thought our special teams, they weren't great other than the block punt, but you know, they were good.
They were good.
You know, we didn't need number 2 to return a punt because he's done it all year on a lot of people, and I thought we did a good job in that area. Our kickoff team was solid, you know, so our special teams were good too.
Very good. Well, you go back, and when you look at special teams, number 2 didn't touch the ball one time on special teams, and that had to be a goal going in.
Yeah, we weren't going to kick it to him unless it was by mistake, and you know, we did a good job in that area.
Well, we're going to come back. We're going to take a little break here, grab another Daddy-O's donut, and we're going to come back with the stingers, the big plays of the game that influenced the game, turned the tide for the Yellow Jackets in the Yellow Jackets' favor. You're watching the Hal Lamb Show. Welcome back, Yellow Jacket football fans, and we're going to take a look at the stingers, the plays of the game from Friday night. Oh, speaking of plays of the game, special teams, like you say, always come up big.
Big play in the game right here. It's 0-0 at this point, and Colin makes a good job, does a good job going around the bear shields, what we call them, and blocked the punt.
Great. He took it right off the guy's foot.
He blocked it and recovered it, I believe, just like he did one other game.
And then the culmination of that drive hit Davis Allen. Great job out there by our left guard and left tackle. Get Davis in the end zone. Got to execute it. Great job by the offense.
Good job on the screen there for a first down. I mean for a touchdown. Sorry. Great execution.
We could have picked any kickoff, but just all the kickoffs except for one. The
Yeah.
kickoffs team and our kicker, Eduardo Fajardo, just did a great job of pinning them deep. There's Tyler Putnam on the tackle.
Yeah, excellent job right there by our kickoff team. We've really put an emphasis on our kickoff team this year, and it's really showed.
And this is going to be one of several big plays by you-know-who, number 4, Braylon Barton.
I think they felt like, even though we were doubling number 2, that their guy was better than our guy on that side. Well, I got news for him. He's not.
This is a big play right here. 4th down play. They're going to throw a little play-action pass, and number 4 coming up big again. Ball's
Good
out.
job by Braylon right there again. What a game Braylon had. And they call it a touchdown. And I thought the officials did a good job talking about that, and it was definitely an incomplete pass.
Pump fake by Gavin. Hits Brandon Spector in stride.
That was a big touchdown to go up 2 scores.
Not going to catch 3.
Nope.
Not in that situation. Speaking of making big plays, here's the Yellow Jacket defense again. Making big plays, holding Cedar Grove to under 200 yards of offense, and this is a big play where they're trying to make something happen close to the end of the game. And this is a huge interception because it actually starts that final drive.
Yep. Another pick by Braylon on the 3-yard line, and then we were able to run out the clock right there and win the game. But this was a great one of many 3rd down conversions, one of 3 on that last drive, 3rd down conversions.
Great catch by Davis Allen, good throw by Gavin. The offensive line getting the job done, and a big victory for the Yellow Jackets. Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, it's a great win, and happy for these kids because, you know, they wanted to go to the Benz, and we're going, so we're excited. But we can't be satisfied just getting there. We got to go play well and hopefully win a state championship.
Well, I'm just glad that the last Hal Lamb Show is not going to be with me. Dave will be back next time, and you guys can do your thing. But so going to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, what do you know about that trip at this point?
Well, I don't know a whole lot. You know, we got to go down to Mary Persons High School for a meeting tomorrow about it, so I'll know more after tomorrow. But you know, the game being at 1 o'clock, we get welcome to college football, I guess.
There you go.
Saturday afternoon, but it's going to be Friday afternoon. So,
Yep.
you know, I know we're not going to have school. You know, it's a field trip day, so no school on Friday. I know the kids will be excited, but I don't know. I got some planning to do, but you know, all we know is we're kicking off at 1 o'clock and we're playing Peach County.
There you go. Well, I know we were really appreciative to see that email from Dr. Taylor and Dr. Coombe about the field trip day, letting us know early what was going on. And now it's all about game planning for Peach County.
Yep, you know, they're all good. You know, there's only 2 left, and
Yeah.
Peach County is a really, really, really good football team that's got a lot of talent. They're very well coached, and it'll be another tough task for us. But, you know, as I said last week, we're going to suit up and head down to the Benz and see what happens.
Well, the last time we saw Peach County was right here at Phil Reeve Stadium, and it was definitely a classic in that year that we actually won the state championship.
It was a barn burner, it sure was.
One of those overtime games, wasn't it?
Came down to the wire, and we won in overtime.
Well, any final comments?
No, just really happy for our kids and our community, and I want to thank the Jacket Nation for showing up at the game last night. It was a huge crowd, and what an awesome feeling for these kids in this community.
Well, speaking of our crowd, and the Benz, tickets are $22, but you and I were talking off camera here. There's a big bonus to that. It's not just our game that you could see. You could stay there all day, right?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you know, you could watch 4 games for $22, and that's a pretty good deal. But you know, I do understand that the Benz food situation is a lot cheaper than the Georgia Dome. I may be wrong, but I've heard that. So hopefully that'll help.
That's
us
how
out.
it's been marketed, hasn't it? Well, you know, anytime you can go, maybe spend $22 on a game, but see several games around, and Rome plays right after us, so you could stay and cheer on some local folks. Hopefully some of those Rome folks will show up early for Calhoun. So we really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to watch this show anytime, as Dave would say, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? To get to see you? Well, I guess you're just along for the ride with me. You can go to CalhounTDClub.com to watch the Hal Lamb Show. Thanks to our TD Club for all they do. Thanks to everybody here in the studio. Louis Reyes in there directing. Phoebe Jude's our producer, and we've got a lot of different folks. Hey, is that Sam? Sam on audio? Good to see you, Sam. Everybody here in the studio showing up to get this thing done. You've been watching the Hal Lamb Show.